Hey guys, this is Ben, and welcome to the Hardcore Punk Project here on the X. Today we have the Balls, a monster-bearded, hard-riffing stoner punk rock trio, homegrown in Melbourne, Australia. Today we have Ryan, their guitarist and singer, joining us. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Ben. How are you?
I'm feeling good, actually.
That's good.
Okay. You are the second band from Australia I've talked to so far. The first one was Stand Atlantic. Not sure if you've heard of them.
I have not. Where are they from?
Australia.
Yeah, right. What were they called? Stand Atlantic.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of them. Do you know what part of Australia they're from?
I don't remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but okay. First off, you okay with the teen interviewing ya?
All good, mate. Yes, all good indeed. I was surprised to read how young.
Okay. How would you describe your band to someone who hasn't heard you before?
I'd say we're kind of like we're a rock band, stoner rock trio. That's it, really. Yeah, most people I would just say it's rock music. We play rock music. Yeah, pretty standard.
All right. When or how did you come up with this kind of name?
After a long session of a few too many drinks, and yeah, the drummer decided we were trying to think of something that was heavy sounding, if you know what I mean, and yeah, the drummer just spat it out, and we ran with it.
Fair enough.
Nothing. There's no hidden meaning behind it. It was like we needed something ballsy, you know. We wanted something kind of ballsy, and that's what we. The balls. What's ballsier than that?
Yeah, that's great. Okay, first let's talk about your newest release from December 2nd. It's called Stranger, I believe.
It is, yeah. Just recorded.
Yeah.
Recorded it 2 weeks ago.
It sounds like a thrash metal song, but slowed down a bit. I like that.
Yeah, we tend to do that a little bit.
Tell us about
we actually do a cover.
Mm.
You're right. We actually do a cover of a Motorhead song, and we slow it right down. So, yeah, that's something that we like to do.
All right. Tell us about the song.
Well, it's much like you guys probably are over there at the moment. We were, you know, locked in our houses for pretty much the best part of 8 weeks, and I probably watched a lot more of the news and you know, things that I probably would normally, and it was, to me, I see so many strange things going on around the world, and yeah, and then it sort of grew from there. But yeah, it's strange is something that is subjective, and people, you know, point the finger at a lot of people a lot of the time. So trying to turn it back on itself, and there's, you know, nothing as strange as you. So we're all strange, to be honest.
All right. Now, gotta ask, is there anything nesting in your beard?
I hope not.
Yes. Yes, that was the first thing I noticed when I picked you up, is that giant beards.
Yes, yeah, there is.
Ian has like a floof on his head or something.
He does. Yeah, we haven't seen his face in years.
Right. I was gonna ask about Keaton's hair care, but how many hours a week?
Too many.
Too
He
many.
makes up for what we don't have.
Yeah. Do you ever get snow down in Australia? The cold, wet stuff?
We do, not in the. We have to go to the mountains for the snow. So yeah, there is. It does get cold, but nothing like what you guys
Yeah.
get.
Yeah. We get a lot of snow.
Yeah. Whereabouts are you at the moment?
We're in Kamloops. It's semi-desert. Can get
Yep.
pretty hot and pretty cold.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about some of the songs you sent me from your 2019 release called The Beginning or The End, whichever one feels better.
That's right.
All right. First one is Come Down. I like how Kian is following the guitar with the drums. It gives the song a nice three-way harmony, if that's the right word.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think being a three piece, we kind of, there's only so many kind of how can I say, the feel has a lot to do with the music. So if we spent a lot of time just working on the feel of a song, other than so much of the progressions and things, we definitely like to hone in on a particular vibe, for a long time sometimes, especially even we'll jam out longer on certain parts. But yeah, Come Down was definitely all about a vibe, and then it flips out at the end. So it's a favorite track to play live, actually.
All right. I see you guys playing in what appears to be a church on June 8th on Facebook. Are all your ballers in attendance, or is it just other people or ballers?
That was actually a prison.
What?
So yeah, that was actually in a prison in Germany. We a maximum security prison called Stamheim in Germany, and we got invited to go and play there. So all those people sitting in front of us were prisoners that had been well behaved. So every few months in this particular prison, they'll invite a band to come in, and if the prisoners are well behaved, they get an extra couple of hours to go and have a bit of a play, and they get to sit down in front of us and watch the music. So yeah, that was the prison chat.
I think Metallica did something similar. They also played in a prison for a music video. So that's pretty.
Yeah. Well, they did. Johnny Cash famously did it as well. But definitely one of the most nervous I've been ever playing, because they didn't know us at all, and it was a surprise for them as well. So it was a very interesting gig, one I'll never forget.
All right. I'm never gonna play in a prison because I'm too scared.
Yeah, we had to make sure we got out. That was the thing. It was like, we are leaving here, right?
Yeah. Okay. In Kian's birthday picture on Facebook, is he going full reggae or something?
It was a fancy dress party. Yes. It looks good though, hey?
Yeah, he does look good in reggae. Right. I noticed a poster in the background for one of your videos, and I think I see it back there too. It's is Lemmy one of your influences?
Yeah. Yeah. In my eyes, he is rock and roll. Like he lived rock and roll, and he was true to it right until the end. He didn't. He was definitely no imposter.
All right. Who else influences you?
I think three of us all have different influences. Myself, I'm probably based more in the kind of blues, heavy blues kind of world with your basics, your Zeppelins and Sabbath and stuff like that.
Right.
Ken is influenced by a lot of black metal, like black metal, and Razor also has a pretty kind of vast influences. But we all enjoy the desert sound, the Caius and Fu Manchu and Queens of the Stone Age and all those kinds of acts as well. But I would say your standards really, for me, Zeppelin was something that got me into playing guitar once I listened to that, and then went from there. So yeah, probably the heaviest stuff, but not. You probably noticed in some of Kian's drumming, there's some metal influences in some of his style.
All right. Okay, so the next song you sent me was Subtle Man, which is the last track. This is definitely one of my favorites because the drums and bass just mwah, it's so good.
Yeah. It's fun to play live too.
Right. What's the song about?
That's probably more an inward reflection, I would say. I have been known to not be too subtle sometimes with my friends and whoever. If something is needed to be said, I'm not a subtle man. I'll just say it. But it doesn't always sit too well with people. So it's kind of like, that's the way that it is. So really, that's an inward reflection on me. Yeah.
Right.
Probably trying to justify myself in some way.
Yeah. All right. When Keen is playing the drums in the videos, I gotta ask, is he like a cross of Cousin It and Animal from Sesame Street?
He's doing his own thing. Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yes. Yes. All right. So now, is the black Telecaster that I see in all your videos your main guitar?
It is. Yeah, I've got other guitars that I record with, but the black Telly, I saw a band. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're from New Zealand. They're called Shehad, and their front man John Toogood was his name. He uses a black Telly, and I saw them once. When they were an upcoming band. They're quite big now in New Zealand and Australia, and he used one, and I just fell in love with it from his tone. So I went searching, and I've finally got to grab one a few years back, and I have not played another guitar in its place since. So I'm running two of those now, and I just love them. I love the necks. I love the pickups. Almost straight out of the box. I don't mod them at all or anything. I just and I'm using the Mexicans, like the Mexican Telly Deluxe, and yeah, I love them. Yeah.
All right. I also noticed that Razor has this weird obsession with jazz basses. Like, I see him playing a black jazz bass in every picture.
Yeah, he just got a silver one too.
I mean, most of my basses are sunburst.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves.
Mm-hmm.
He builds his own too. Like he'll get parts from all over the world and just make it, but he always makes a jazz. I don't know why.
Yeah, jazz basses are pretty cool. I mean, black
Yeah,
is a cool color too. I mean, look at this.
very cool.
Yeah, just got this and it sounds amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, speaking of that, the single called 4th of July, it's really good. It really reminds you of other stoner bands like The Sword, High on Fire, Mastodon, that kind of stuff. It's also where I discovered you
Yeah.
from a person named Stevie T in particular.
Yep. I've heard of that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny. I got tagged in that video because I'd never heard of Stevie T before, and yeah, all I can say is thanks, Stevie. You've sent a whole bunch of people our way that would never have heard us. So I actually offered him to come and play on our next record, but he hasn't responded yet.
Yeah, I saw that. He did heart your comment though, at least.
Mm. That's true. Yeah.
I was gonna say tell us about the song, but I'm still gonna say tell us about the song, please.
About 4th of July.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I guess that's kind of a bit of a what am I trying to say here? I feel like in Australia we're very fortunate. You know, we're quite far away from everything, and we've got a great countryside and good people. But more and more, I find the influence of the world is sort of taking away our Australian isms, and so that's kind of like a reference to America and the United States being so influential on a lot of people around these days. So it's kind of like, and things like I say in there, people's heads are in the sand, and like people need to let go, be yourself. That's it. And 4th of July is such a massive thing for the United States. It's a great holiday, and so it's kind of like a bit of a call out to be yourself. That's it.
Yeah. Here in Canada, we don't have 4th of July. We have the 1st of July.
Do you really?
Yeah, the first of July. The first. Yeah, it's called Canada Day.
I'll have to write a new song.
Yeah. So, onto the video. I noticed a bunch of things in the background, but I'll just focus on this one thing. I see a green biking helmet in the background. Is that helmet a defense against those bloody magpies?
It could be. We actually do have a family of magpies that live out the front. That is actually my garage. That video is shot in. We were lucky enough to meet up with a guy who did videos for the Foo Fighters and a bunch of bands. He did a lot of TV work, and he happened to be in a bar that we were playing in Melbourne, and he saw us, and both of him and I hit it off, just having a chat. And he said he does videos and he'd like to do one. He had 3 days while he was in Australia before he flew back to LA, and so we were trying to find a destination. We wanted to just do a live performance piece, and we tried everywhere. We went searching for warehouses and just couldn't lock anything down in the amount of time that we had. And he rang me on the last night and said, how'd you go? Did you find a place? And I said, I can't find anywhere with such short notice. And he said, where are you now? And I said, I'm sitting in my garage drinking whiskey. And he said, send me a photo. So I sent him a photo of the garage, and he said, I'll be there in 3 hours. And we had a few friends over, so they're in the clip as well. They were just there anyway. So we shot the clip in my garage.
All right, that's cool. Yes, I've seen 72 Dangerous Animals Australia. Are the magpies as aggressive as seen on the show?
They can be if, you know what? They remember you. So if you feed them or look after them, they're nice to you. But if you go near their nest, and it's only when they're nesting, they will you bet. All you got to do is look at them, and they'll fly away. They won't. They're very what's the word? They're scared basically. So if they're going to swoop, if they swoop you, you just look at them and they go away, which is a weird thing. But yeah,
Magpies I saw on the show just went full kamikaze mode.
Yeah,
on the bikers. Right. Okay.
Yeah, they will. They have you seen the funny helmets they get? They put they stick straws in their helmets so the magpies can't get to them. People are weird, but yeah. Watch out for the maggies.
Yeah. The magpies here, they're just like crows.
Yeah, they're all related. Hey, you don't have bears. You guys get bears. Holy hell, man! How do you live with that?
Bears are fine. I haven't seen one yet.
You've never seen one? Do they even exist?
Yeah, bears exist.
Have you ever seen a moose?
Yeah, we've seen moose. We've seen deer too.
Yeah, right. They're terrifying. Magpies are nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And are there a ton of kangaroos in your area? Because
they're about they won't come into the city. They're a bit timid. But if I drive for half an hour outside of Melbourne, it gets pretty bushy pretty quick, and they're everywhere out there. Yes, they're cool. They just sit around doing nothing.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they're Right. So tell me, what's it like in Australia for all ages shows?
Yeah, pretty poor, to be honest. Australia is so large, and the cities are so far apart. It's really hard to it's really hard for the all ages shows. I even remember, when I was younger, trying to find all ages shows myself, and that was when the rock scene was even bigger back then. So yeah, it's not the best. It's hard to put together all ages shows. There's a lot of restrictions and stuff like that. So in the short answer, not the best, but we do try to play all ages shows as often as we can.
Yeah, it sucks here too.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Although they did let me into a bar once to play with a band.
Oh, you actually played, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to let people do that a little bit here as well. But yeah, like I've got family and nieces and nephews and stuff that always like, why don't you play all ages shows? I'm like, because it's too hard. There's just nowhere to do it. Nowhere to use their venues.
Yeah, if you want to watch the video of me playing, it's up on my YouTube channel.
I'll check it out for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. Surfing or water slides, two big things.
Say that again.
Do you prefer surfing or water slides? Because we have water slides here and surfing in Australia.
Yeah, okay. That's a good question. Surfing was something that I used to do a lot of. I don't do any anymore. So at the moment, I would say water slides. But surfing is definitely in my blood. All my mates all still surf a lot, but I very rarely get in the water these days. Too many bloody sharks.
Yeah, the sharks are bad there.
They really are, man. To be honest, like when I was younger, probably your age, I go surfing a lot. We never used to see the sharks. We knew they were there, but you'd never see them. These days, you see them, and you see them all the time. So it's quite frightening. And I need my arms and legs. So
yeah. Yes, I need my arms too.
Yeah, they're handy.
Yeah, that's why I choose water slides. It's a fun way to surf without sharks.
That's right. It's much less stress-free. You can relax.
Yeah. All right. So my last question, as always, is will you accept a challenge from me? So are you prepared, Ryan?
I am prepared.
All right. The challenge is a music video, a cover of Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyprus. You three in muscle shirts and Speedos doing it stoner punk rock style.
Yeah. All right, say that all again. I just need to take that in.
Okay, so first up, a cover of Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
You three in muscle shirts and Speedos doing it stoner punk rock style.
You want us to do that?
Yes. I wasn't gonna say do a cover of Balls to the Wall by Accept, but then I realized that's already kind of metal.
It is, yeah. All right. Okay. That's a challenge. How long do I have to fulfill this challenge?
One of my listeners on Facebook said 48 hours, but I'll do it good and I'll give you 69 days instead.
All right. Okay. That's possibly doable. Speedos is going to be look. I can't speak for the rest of the boys, but I'm up for it. So you might only just get me.
I'm going with that.
All right.
Okay. So I've also seen you've been in the studio. We will be getting some new stuff, right?
Yeah, slowly. We're gonna, instead of doing a bunch of songs, we're just doing one song at a time. Stranger was the one that just got released. It was recorded and mixed and mastered 2 weeks ago. So we're trying to drop them really quickly and just have fun with it. But yes, there will be more stuff coming. New videos soon, hopefully too.
All right. Yeah, the only thing I've seen in the studio so far is your little hangover cocoon.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
Although it was funny to see you pop out of this little bass bag.
Yeah.
How did you even fit in there?
I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't in a very good frame of mind. I'm not sure why I was in there.
All right, so we're out of time.
All right.
So I'd like to thank you, Ryan, for joining me here today. Take care and stay safe.
Thank you, Ben. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate. And you take care of yourself as well.
All right. Bye.